Rochester, New York, were here in Chicago to celebrate a birthday and left behind one heck of a surprise. They decided to dine and dash after greasing their fingers on chicken wings, eating Alfredo, and washing it all down with flights of drinks.
The server went to the table. They asked for the ticket to be split. She left from this table behind me to a few steps away, clicked the button. As she left, they got up one at a time and walked out.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you all had a great and wonderful day. Well, what we have here is a sample of, typical ghetto behavior, and this is what I'm talking about when we're when you there's always an outlier. There's always a reason why, and why I am very, very, very critical of the black community in general, because stereotypes exist for a reason, and it just not making our group, our people, look very good at all, And so what it is here is that we have a dash and grab, or dash and dine, in Chicago, and it is really just the icing on the cake here of what's going on. So without further ado, my friends, let's get directly into this. All right.
Now you see them and now you don't. We've blurred the video because the trio hasn't been charged yet, but you can't miss that distinctive blue wig and the massive tab they left behind.
The server went to the table. They asked for the ticket to be split. She left from this table behind me to a few steps away, clicked the button. As she left, they got up one at a time and walked out.
3 days ago, the three women from Rochester, New York visited Soul Vibes in the Near North neighborhood to celebrate a birthday and left behind a surprise, an unpaid tab of over $200.
See, this is what we have here, right? And here's one of the key things that I have seen on this report, right? Notice how they said that we have blurred out the people that have dash and dine, right? The people that committed the crime. And we are blurred out because they haven't been charged yet. For what reason? I mean, it's clearly obvious on who the people did it. Why are you covering up their faces exactly? Like, I am not quite sure what's going on here. Like, why is the news covering criminals' faces? I would even dare say you're even wanting to cover kids' faces, not cover kids' faces. And here's the reason why. It's like, well, because they committed crimes, they need to be shamed, they need to be shown that, like, okay, you did this crime, you are going to be blasted over television for this, and, this is the reason. Now, it's a difference when you're a victim, right? Like, you didn't ask to be put on the news, you didn't ask to be victimized. You were just a victim of a situation that you had no control over, right? So therefore, victims are a different matter. But when you are a criminal, you're asking the news to cover you. You're asking for your name, everything to be blasted over to the television and what have you. So therefore, yeah, you get to have your face being blasted to everybody else to see. And for whatever reason, the news doesn't want to show these people, right? It seems it might be because they might be a certain color or a certain type of group that they just don't want to show because it might make them look bad.
They actually ran out the door and ran and hid behind a service vehicle that was in traffic.
They decided to dine and dash after devouring chicken wings, Alfredo, and washing it all down with flights of drinks.
It's not violent, but it's a crime, and it affects us, and it affects our bottom dollar, and it affects our team members.
They were spotted on surveillance, leaving one by one within 30 seconds of the server stepping away. They also forgot that they signed up on the wait list before being seated, including their name and phone number. And to add insult to injury, they posted this onto social media, thanking the restaurant for the free food while laughing at waitstaff like Chloe Jackson.
I'm here 3 days a week.
Their greedy crime comes with a much heavier cost.
Some places do make the servers come out and pay for those bills, but Fab and Soul Vibes here, they don't make us pay for it. Well, that's really grateful because $300, $400 could really break our bank for that day.
Sadly, dine and
this is what we're talking about, right? This is the reason why I have such a huge problem on the black community, on why there is just why I'm so harsh, why I am very criticism, why I don't give black people slack is because I want my people to do better. And when you have people like these criminals, these thugs, these ghetto people coming into here. And I know I think some comments were saying like, well, don't call them ghetto. Why are you calling them ghetto? Well, what else do you want me to call them? Because you can say they're ratchet. You can say that they're unpleasant people. Whatever. No. I'm going to call them what they are. Well, I'm going to call them a term that makes them feel bad because they are ghetto. They are terrible people. They are horrible people. These women are what we call ratchet. So I don't know about you, but I want to have my community be held higher to a higher standard. And when they do this type of thing, right? It's not because they're not affecting just the business itself, right? They're affecting the community as well. And because when they're affecting the community, how do they affect the community? Well, it's because when you go and take money and the business cannot make revenue, cannot make money or what have you, then that means that the business will collapse and will fall out and they'll have to close down. And that hurts the community because they don't have that restaurant, they don't have that store, they don't have anything in this community that can help other people that do not commit crimes. And unfortunately, it seems like black people love to commit crimes. They love to just assault people. They love to attack people. They love to rob people. They like to be ghetto. And it's the one big thing that I also hate about this as well is that it's the accent that really makes me angry. When you have women have come out with this accent, acting really ghetto, acting stupid or whatever, acting completely ignorant, it is the utmost annoying thing to me ever. Because it shows that these people are from low intelligence. They have no ability to form coherent sentences. And what's worse, they cause crimes and other issues to other people. I do not like black people with this accent, whether it's male or female, because guess what? It just shows that you are probably a bad person that doesn't have good roots. We need to make our society, our black people do better. And guess what? Exposing this is the one way to do it.
Dash incidents are on the rise. The owners run 2 Soul Vibes locations and 3 I Can't Believe It's Not Meat restaurants. And in the last 6 months, they've seen an uptick in these type of incidents. These are just a few of the incidents they've recorded.
It's an industry of pennies and nickels. So when you get these dine and dash incidences, you know what I mean? The consumer or the people that are doing this dine and dash might think, oh, it's just $100. Yeah, but it's hurting the bottom line.
Now, a police report was made. Chicago police are now investigating. If charged, the suspects could face a Class A misdemeanor for theft of services under the amount of $500. That's punishable by up to 1 year in jail and a $2,500 fine.
Yeah, so guys, this is just what I'm talking about, right? We have it to where it's not just these group of people, but it's been multiple people. It's been a lot of people that are doing this, right? It's not, and it happens to be, it's all black people. And now you cannot go out and blame the white man, which is what a lot of black people like to do, blame the white man for being like, oh, it's the white man oppressing us. Please help us. We're being oppressed by the white man. No. It's you ignorant ghetto black people that are coming in and ruining your community for everybody else. And then you have the audacity to come out and say, oh, the white man is hurting me. Oh, the white man is doing this to me. No, you dumb pieces of crap are doing it yourselves. You ghetto people, you ratchet people are doing it yourself. You black people are hurting your own community. And then, of course, you refuse to take accountability. And then what's also another thing is that the news will also not will not show your face. They have to blur it because you weren't charged yet, right? Like, this is something that we have to do to cover criminal acts. You know what? It's like I'm so sick and tired of black people getting this defensive mechanism where they have to be protected at all costs because, well, they're black and they've been a slave. Who cares? You've been a slave over 200 years ago. Get over it already. Like, it is just absurd in every regard. Like, I don't know what else to tell you, man. Like, we need to evolve past of being specialized victims, professional victims, and move on to a society of black people where we recognize that we were slaves, but the white people of this day and age don't have anything to do with it, and we can move on into society where things are better. And right now, that's not where we're at. Right now, we're professional victims, and it is disgusting. Like, again, when you look at these videos, guys, all you see is just black people in that restaurant and going out of that restaurant. And then you also see that it's black people doing the dine and dash. So I don't know what else to tell you. This is why I hate ghetto behavior, why I heavily criticize black people, and why I just cannot be a part of this community. Because when you are a part of this community, it is terrible. And I know the difference between a black person that does not speak like a ghetto ignoramus, and then I know of black people that do. And guess what? When I recently found my biological family, because of all the terrible things that happen with us, for some unknown reason, they don't talk ghetto behavior. Like they talk normal. And our family situation would probably lead us to wanting to speak ghetto. But for whatever reason, it seems that they have the higher intelligence to be outstanding citizens, not commit crimes, and perhaps not speak in a ghetto way, which is amazing, by the way, depending on the situation. So it's like there are black people that just need to get on with the reality and always being professional victims. And it is what it is, man. But this is why I can't stand it. And another thing why we just cannot be having these people in society if they're just going to be doing this. We need to expose it. These people need to get lengthier crimes. If they're doing dine and dash, we need to set an example. We have to say, okay, if this is not a misdemeanor, this is like probably the lowest felony possible that you can have. Put it a felony, make them have a felony record, have them pay like about $10,000 in fines or what have you. It's like, well, general reports, that's a bit steep. No, it's not. It's not steep because you need to set an example, and you need to set an example. If you're going to do this, you're going to have a very, very bad problem. And besides, it's just a felony, right? So, yeah, that's what I have to say about this. It really makes me angry. The black community is just a failure of itself, and we just need to do better. Just plain full stop. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Like, guys, share. As always, take care, my friends.